As we all know, the race for the White House is heating up, and there's been a lot of buzz surrounding the candidates. On the Republican side, former President Donald Trump has announced his candidacy, while on the Democratic side, President Joe Biden has not yet made his intentions clear. However, there's a growing speculation that Vice President Kamala Harris might be the one to challenge Trump in the 2024 presidential race. While Harris has not confirmed her plans, her popularity and political experience make her a strong contender. It's important to note that the race is still in its early stages, and a lot can change between now and the election. Did you know that 28% of the 2024 electoral votes are considered toss-ups? That's a whopping 386 electoral votes up for grabs. Now, let's take a look at the states that have been won comfortably by both Trump and Biden in 2016 and 2020. These states account for a total of 152 electoral votes. That leaves us with 152 electoral votes in recently competitive states. So, there you have it. We're diving into a fascinating topic: how an election for 330 million plus people can still come down to so few votes. It's all about the power of the swing state, and how a small number of votes can make a huge difference in the outcome. Swing states are crucial in presidential elections, as they often determine the winner. These states are the ones that tend to switch between voting for the Democratic and Republican candidates, and they can be decisive in determining the election's outcome. So, even though we're talking about an election with over 330 million people, it's all about those few votes in the swing states that can ultimately decide who takes the White House. First up, we have the Biden family, who are currently discussing their next steps. The family is considering whether to continue their political journey or take a break from the spotlight. They're also pondering the possibility of a Biden-Harris ticket in the 2024 election. Now, let's move on to the other side of the political spectrum. Former President Trump is gearing up for his first rally since the horrific assassination attempt on his life. This event is set to take place in Waco, Texas, and Trump is expected to address the nation from the stage. The View about former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and his stance on the 2020 presidential election. The hosts of The View were quite surprised when Christie refused to back Joe Biden, stating that he's not going to vote for anyone. The hosts couldn't help but erupt in disbelief, with Joy Behar exclaiming, "You cannot throw away your vote." Christie's response, "I'm not going to vote for him." The hosts were quick to point out that not voting for Biden would essentially be a vote for Trump. What do you think about this conversation? Do you agree with Christie's stance, or do you think he should have backed Biden? According to sources, Joe Biden is feeling angry and betrayed by Democrats who are urging him to drop out of the race. The number of people calling for his departure has now reached 36. It's important to remember that Biden is a longtime public servant, having served as vice president under President Obama. He's been in the political arena for over 40 years, and this isn't the first time he's faced challenges. We should all be respectful and supportive of each other, regardless of our political affiliations. Let's keep the dialogue civil and focus on the issues that matter to all Americans. It seems like former President Donald Trump is making a comeback in the 2024 presidential race, according to a new poll. According to the latest polls, Trump is leading in key swing states such as Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. This is a significant shift from the 2020 election, where Trump lost to Joe Biden. It's interesting to see how the political landscape has changed since then, and it's clear that Trump's supporters are still strongly behind him. So, let's keep our eyes on the 2024 race and see how it unfolds. As always, it's no secret that former Vice President Joe Biden is gearing up for a potential re-election campaign, and he's got his eyes set on the prize. But here's the twist: Biden is reportedly asking for proof that he can't win in 2024. That's right, he wants to see the evidence that he's not the man to beat in the upcoming election. And guess what? The polls are painting a picture of a nail-bitingly close race, with Biden and his potential opponents neck and neck. So, what does this mean for the future of American politics? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: the 2024 presidential race is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable elections in recent history.